No matter how hard you were scaling or how high your ROAS was, when that moment comes, everything freezes. The factories go dark, the shipping containers stop moving, and while your supplier is eating with their family and friends, your Facebook ads are burning through your budget, with zero way to fulfill your orders. If you don't have a plan for the next 21 days, you are looking at the dead of your business. So in this video, we turn in the dead zone into the most profitable month of the year. I'm breaking down the 10 exact checkpoint lists that I use to audit my stores, brainstorm new concepts, and clean up the messy side of the business, like bookkeeping and data sheet. We're going to build a structure and SOPs you need right now, so that when the scaling part starts, your business runs on autopilot when you're off the clock. If you don't know me yet, my name is Jenny and I did well over millions in revenue with my own dropshipping stores, and now it's time to teach you guys what I exactly did the last years during Chinese New Year and give you my exactly blueprint for free. I don't just teach you theory, I'm in the trenches daily managing my own stores. Most people use this month to take a break, but I use it to take over. If you want to be ahead of 99% of the dropshippers by March, please pay attention and let's dive straight into it. Yes guys, welcome by this video, and in this video I will tell you the 10 smart things to do during Chinese New Year. And what is Chinese New Year basically? So what is Chinese New Year? Chinese New Year is a period during which most factories in China are closed due to national holidays. This means if you don't have any stock available by your supplier, they will not be able to ship any packages. This happens once a year. So this is just normal. This is just one time in a year that this happens. They take off in China. But yeah, we can use it for looking back on our business, taking new steps that we want to implement in our business. We can do so many things. So this is literally the perfect time to reflect on your business, to the things that you did wrong or the things that can go better. So use this period very usefully because you only have this once in a year, and most of the people take a break, but we take this opportunity to take over, of course. The 10 things that I want to discuss during this video is goal settings, store edit and research, collection and product research, brainstorm new concepts, defining the dream team, the power of SOPs and Loom videos, building business structures, education and skill expansion, data sheet cleanup, and bookkeeping and financial health. So these things you can have a way more deeper look into it because it's very important, of course, and sometimes during the year we don't have the time to fully focus on these things because we are so busy with working on other things, of course. So let's start with the first one, goal setting. So you have business goals, personal goals, lifestyle goals, step-by-step breakdown, daily habits, daily review, and daily accountability. So for each kind of goal, you have like different kind of goals, right? So business goals, maybe you want to achieve 100K month with your store. Personal goals, maybe you want to lose weight. Lifestyle goals, maybe you want to travel the world. Okay, break them down because it's very important that you know where you want to go to with your goals, right? Because if you don't write them down or you don't have a clue how to achieve them, then it's very hard to go after those goals. Once you break them down, then you can turn them into daily habits. Once you have your daily habits, then you exactly know, okay, what do I need to do on a daily basis to achieve those goals? Once you have them, then you can take daily accountability on yourself by checking in with yourself every day. Okay, did I do my daily habits that I needed to do on a daily basis? Yes or no? And then you just can move on, right? And then you just can check in here at yourself. Okay, maybe you need to do something different. Maybe you need to make it more clear for yourself. And I write it down for you guys as an example of how you can do it. You can give it your own style, of course, but I took this just as an example. So you have here business goals, personal goals, and lifestyle goals. Okay, business goals. What do I want to achieve? A 100K month. How do I want to achieve this? Maybe you need to do some hires because if you scale to those numbers, you cannot do it on your own. You need a team that can take care of your customer service. You need listers. You need a media buyer that can set up your ads. So you can focus on how to scale the store and how to scale your business. Okay, personal goals. Maybe you want to lose 10 kilograms. Okay, how? I need a personal trainer. I need to do more daily steps. I need to go 5 times to the gym every week. So these are all things that you can write down to achieve those goals. Lifestyle. I want to travel the world. Okay, how? If you want to travel the world, you need to do good with your business. Otherwise, you don't have any money to do it. So if you do this for everything, for every goal you have, please believe me, you will crush it, because then you have it so visual for yourself and so clear. Once you know how, then turn all the hows into daily habits. Okay, how do I need to act and do every day to achieve those goals? You need to wake up at 6 a.m. You need to start at 7 a.m. You need to do 2 deep work sessions a day. Okay, what are you going to do in your deep work session? Product research, creative research, analyzing competitors, collection research, etc., etc. You can do so much, and you need to focus yourself on the things that will deliver you the most amount of money. Those easy tasks, everybody can do it, so you can outsource them easily and you can learn it to other people that you hire in your team. Because if you can do it, everybody can do it, and then you build like much more rest in yourself so you can focus on the main things in your business. So please write down everything you want to achieve in business, personal, and lifestyle, and I'm 100% sure you'll crush it. So now we go over to the second one, store audit and research. So what you can do is you can check to your top performing stores that did well before Chinese New Year, because then you can see easily, okay, what did I miss on my store? What did they do better than I did? So just check very specific, okay, which kind of key elements did I miss? Maybe I need some more scarcity, maybe I need some more trust on my stores. Create a Miro board for inspiration, because if you do this, if you take the key elements of the top performing stores, you can see easily, okay, maybe I need to work on these kind of things, and maybe I need to add some key elements or some other things that will help to boost my CVR, because if your store did not so well in revenue, then something must be wrong, right? So if you have that clear in check for yourself and you do deeply research in the things that you missed on your store or that can do better, then you will crush it after Chinese New Year, because sometimes you need to be a little bit different than the rest or different than others, and the perfect way to do and to see what kind of things that you did not good, that's just simply by doing research to your competitors and see what are they doing. Maybe it's a specific kind of sale that worked pretty well for them, but give it always your own twist. That's the most important thing. So once you have that in check, or okay, these things can be better, define your store blueprint, create a Miro board of how that you want that your store to look like. It's really important, because if your developers start working on your store, you can see easily, okay, these kind of elements, these kind of scarcity and trust I need to implement into my client store. Also the colors. Maybe your colors were too dark. Maybe your colors are not matching with your audience. Maybe you don't have any of your customer personas on your product page or on your store. That can be all things that are a problem, that you didn't get any sales, right? So it's really important, if you create your store, you know exactly to who you are selling. And the way you know that is because of testing, of course. Once you start testing, you can see easily in your ads manager, okay, what kind of audience do I target? You can see easily, okay, people around maybe 30 to 40 years old are clicking on my ads. Based on that, you have some data, right? Then you can change your store and create more of your store to your customer persona. Also your cart optimization. I see a lot of the times by students I coach, the cart optimization is not good enough. They don't put a lot of trust in the cart, or maybe they're missing some scarcity. These can be all things that can be the problem, that the client doesn't do purchase. So please check your competitors and check to other brands how their cart is looking. You have so many brands these days that okay, they are doing good. They are in the fashion, or maybe they are in the beauty. Maybe I can take some key elements of what they are doing, test it out, do an A/B test. And with your Miro, if you have like everything specific in a Miro board, then you can start to doing tests like this, because then you can write down, okay, I tested this in an A/B test, it worked out good, or it didn't work out. It did work out well, or it didn't work out. And simply as that, you need to test with your store to which kind of things that are working for you, because you can take the blueprint of your competitor, but please give it always your own twist and make it even better. Then the checkout flow optimization. Okay, check how the checkout flow is from your competitors. It's really important. As I can give you a tip, make sure you have a trust badge in your checkout, because this helps to boost your CVR as well. So if you have all these things very clear for yourself and you create it in a Loom, and you know exactly what was not good on your store, and now you have like the perfect example of how your store want to look like, then you're sure, okay, after Chinese New Year I will crush it with my store. And then you can start optimizing on your persona, of course. So now we came to the third one, collection and product research. So what you can do is check your competitor ad trends, which kind of ads worked well for your competitor, identify winning products, identify winning collections, save those products, analyze why they worked, and seasonal and historical trends. So Let's start by the first one, competitor ad trends. Maybe you have a few competitors that you are following already for a few months, and you need to check to their ads, right? Check to their ads, which kind of creatives they pushing a lot. Maybe there are collages, maybe they use a lot of AI. Just identify it so you know exactly what you can test after this period. Identify winning products. Which kind of products or collections worked well for your competitor? Maybe they test a lot of sweaters, maybe they test a lot of shoes. Try to save them, try to check, okay, maybe you see trend in a specific kind of product or collection and you have multiple of them. You can test them as well, because if it worked by them, it will work by you. Just be better at creatives, because the creatives is where the customer buys, right? The creative is most of the time why the customers come to your website, right? And then if you have the right offer, they should buy. Save those winners, create a sheet for yourself where you can save them and analyze them, write down why they worked or why you think they worked. That's also very good, because then you can start understanding why specific collections or products work. Then a tip what you can do, seasonal and historical trends. As you guys know, after Chinese New Year, we almost going into spring. Then you can check back in time, you can search back to 1 year ago. And then you can also see, okay, which kind of products did well in March last year. Analyze it, research it, save them, and try to test them. Because if they worked in March last year, they will work this year as well. So these are all kind of things you can do by collection research and product research. It's just really important that you try to understand which kind of products work well and which kind of products are doing good on Meta. So now we come to the fourth one, brainstorm new concepts. So seasonal transition, upcoming sales strategy, trend forecasting, Google Trends validation, concept ideation, branded store approach. So as you guys know, after Chinese New Year, we go almost into spring. So what you can already do is try to test products that sold well in spring. So what you can do is, like I said before, is try to research the products of 1 year ago that did well in March and try to test them, because if they worked last year, they will work this year. Upcoming sales strategy, you can also already implement the sales strategy for the upcoming season. So like spring, pre-summer sale, these are all kind of sales you can implement into your store. Trend forecasting, Google Trends validation. If you go to Google Trends and you search on specific keywords like dresses, sandals, etc., you can see when the peak starts to increase, right? If you see the peak starts to increase in March with dresses, then it's the perfect time to test dresses. Based on that, you can see easily which kinds of products that are selling well upcoming season and upcoming months. So please do this, because this will help you to get more sales. If you have a specific concept or an ideation about something, work it out, because specific concepts in specific niches can work pretty well, especially with fashion, right? So maybe you have in mind to create like a special summer store around certain dresses or around certain sandals. You can try things out. So just think of a nice concept and give it a branded approach. Just make sure you have like a lot of trust on your store. Your store is resonating with the customer, because if your store is resonating with the customer, that will lead into more sales, of course, and the customer will feel safe on your website. So they will do faster the purchase. So once you have all these things in check, then you can easily start working on your store and the next upcoming things you want to test out. So just try to get it visual for yourself, right? Like I said before, use a Miro board, create everything and work everything out. Then we can go over to the next one. That's defining the dream team. So now we're coming to defining the dream team. So how do you want that your future team look like? What is the vision after that? Revenue-based hiring triggers, role-by-role roadmap, visual hiring platforms, interview and SOP framework. So we start with the first one, future team vision. So how do you want that your team look like in the future? Maybe you want to have a customer service support. You want to have a lister, you want to have a media buyer, you want to have a creative designer, etc., etc. You can bring so many people into your team that you will need in the future. So have that vision clear, which kind of people you need for your branded dropshipping store or your general dropshipping store. Revenue-based hiring triggers. Okay, by every new record day you hit, like maybe your first 1K day, maybe your first 2K day, put team goals to those revenues. So As I can give an example how I did it. My first 1K day, I already started with a customer service support. My first 2K day, I started with hiring a lister. My first 3K day, I started with hiring a creative designer. My first 5K day, I started to hire a media buyer, because I want as soon as possible that I can outsource those things, because then I can focus myself much more on creating more stores or let the store growing, right? If you start hiring, you will see and you will feel much better, because then you have a team that is working for you. What's really important for your business. Why do we start ecom? Because we want freedom, right? Then a role by role roadmap. Okay, how do you want to achieve those hires? Visual hiring plan, get it visual. I have an example made for you guys where we go into it a few minutes. Hiring platforms, okay, which kind of hiring platforms do you use to make those hires? You can start on Upwork, you can start on Online Jobs, LinkedIn, etc., etc. You have so much hiring platforms where you can hire the right people. And if you hire the right people, you need to have good SOPs and a good framework, because once you start working with those people, you need to learn them specific things in the business, right? So you need to learn them how to create product pages, how to create your creative. So you want very good SOPs that you can provide to them once they start working. And also, if you are going to do an interview with them, you want to have your questions ready that you want to ask to them, because it's really important that you know who you work with, right? You want an A player, you don't want a B or C player. You want someone that is really putting all the effort into it and that you really can trust and build on. So here I created like a team board. This is just an example of how you can do it. Like, you have team goals for your backend and for your front end. So a CS manager, a CS support, a dispute manager, a supply chain manager. These are all kinds of people that you can hire in your backend to make sure your business is very well structured and can run on autopilot. Okay, how do you want to reach those people? Who do you want to reach? Write everything down so you have very clear for yourself which kind of people you need in your business and how do you want to reach out to them. Then the same for the front end. In the front end, you want to have a lister, creative designer, media buyer, store manager, etc., etc. You can put some more people down, but I just took the basic ones just to give it to you guys as an example. Okay, again, how do you get them and who do you get? Write it down, because then you have also very clear for yourself which kind of people you want to hire and which kind of people you want to work with. And once the moment comes, you immediately know, okay, I can take massive action on those things and you can execute it quickly. So let's go over to the next one, the power of SOPs and Loom videos. Process documentation, role-specific SOPs, Loom training videos, step-by-step workflows, onboarding systems, and scalable operations. So as I said before, if you hire someone and that person is joining the team, you really want to have like clear SOPs, because that person needs to know how to execute those tasks, right? You can create a step-by-step SOP of how you do things and add a video as well to it. So you can create a SOP of how they need to execute those kind of tasks and include it. You can add a Loom training video as well. So in that Loom video training, you will do step by step the whole process of how you make a product description. This is just an example. You can do it for all the tasks in your business that you want to outsource. Just create a very good SOP and create a good Loom video so they know exactly what they can do step by step. Then the onboarding system, you want to have like a very good system in place. When they get onboarded, they immediately know what to do and start with the work you provide, like clear sheets, clear communication, etc., etc. And then scalable operations. Once you start hiring a team and everybody is put it on the right place, you can easily start to scale your business. Like I said before in the video, you cannot do it alone. You really need a team. As your operations are good and in check, then you can hire such great people that are great in what they are doing and they can execute so much tasks you have. And this will only make sure you can scale your business much faster and better. So then we go over to number 7, building business structure. So you want to have central communication hub, tool selection, Slack, Discord, front-end vs back-end structure, team and supplier alignment, meetings and goals, organized information flow. So once you start hiring a team and also once you start talking with your supplier every day, you want to have like a very clear structure in your business, an app where you can talk to with everybody and where you have just everything in place. What you can use for that is Slack or Discord. I myself use Discord. We go also over in a bit to my structure, how I structured it for my general dropshipping stores. So you can take this as well for your own stores. Just take notes and screenshots. Then also in the business, we have a front end and a back end structure. So if your back end need to talk with your supplier about orders or orders that are delayed, you want to have that they can talk in a chat so you can read everything as well. So they can talk about specific problems so they can follow up everything easily. So team and supplier alignment. Once you created that hub, that communication hub in Discord or Slack, you can add your team in it and they can talk with the supplier and with the team members as well to have just clear and good communication. Meetings and goals. Once you hire the team, schedule every week a meeting and discuss everything you want to discuss. So you can talk about the back end, you can talk about things that can be better, you can talk about the goals you want to achieve, about specific revenues you want to achieve, and how do you want the team structure. Let them talk as well in those meetings, because if your team start talking with each other, you create like very good structure within your business and they feel home, so that's also really important. And an organized information flow. So create a very organized and then the last one, organized information flow. You just want to have everything very good organized in your business so everybody knows exactly what to do in the business. So let's go over to the business structure. Like I said, I use Discord for it, and as you can see, I put everything in specific kind of sections. So here I have my general team. They can talk here with everybody, or if they have any questions or need help, they can talk with other members or tag them or something if they need help. Then here for the ads, then the fulfillment, of course, important announcements, general chat, invoices, open orders, address errors, pickup orders, etc., etc. You see, it's just a very good structured, and that's most of the time for the backend. Then we have the finance sheet where they can find the profit sheet, expenses, and the balance sheet. They don't have access to everything of these kind of things. This is just for my store manager because she is doing the profits. Then the other sheets, the launch sheet, dispute sheet, refund sheet, supply chain sheet, and then a general chat again if they have any questions. Strategy notes, so strategy channel, creative strategy, ideations, A/B test sheets. So the persons that stands for these kind of specific tasks only have access to these channels, and they are just talking there with each other, because if someone has a nice idea, they put it in the chat and they work it out and discuss it with me, of course. Then some prompts, you can think about the prompts that they use for the product descriptions on for the creatives. Then here the checkouts, then here the check-ins. So this is just an example. If you have 4 team members, just create a channel for each team member, right? I took this as an example. So this is the lister, this is the customer service rep, this is your media buyer, and this is your creative design. So why you want to create those chats is if they did their work, they send every day a screenshot of what they did, where they worked on. So you know immediately, so you know exactly where they worked on and if they are doing their job good or bad. And then you can discuss this weekly with them as well. Onboarding and contracts. If you onboard them, just a clear SOP of how everything worked, and then a contract, of course. If they stop working with you, they cannot say anything about your own business. So that's how my business structure looks like for general dropshipping. As you can see, guys, it's just very basic, it's simple, but it works so efficiently for me that everything is just clear for myself and I can follow up everything, and it's just the perfect way to start, because Discord is also free, and if you go to Slack you need to pay monthly. So you can start with Discord, and in this way you will have like a very good communication channel with your team and with your supplier. So now we go over to number 8, education and skill expansion. So self-education and mindset, learn from proven operators, YouTube and online resources, skill stacking, coach your mentor plan, and connect with people. During Chinese New Year, you will have some time available to educate yourself even more. So my advice to you is just check on YouTube, because you have so many guys that are talking about e-com and they are giving a lot of value. You can find a lot of value online. So check them, but check the good ones, of course. Don't check the ones that are talking shit, but check the good ones. Like on the Millionaire Commerce channel, you can find a lot of value as well by other coaches that are giving proven strategies they use, or how to create AI creatives, or how to build a store. So educate yourself, because this way you will start learning so much and you will just make it easier for yourself. Stack your skills, connect with other people. That's also a very good one that helped a lot for me back then, because if I was in the community, I started to do calls with other people, hear from them, okay, what worked well for you? Maybe you have some tips for me, because you can learn from everybody, right? So try to connect with other people. If you have a coach or a mentor plan, try to set up a plan with your coach, what you can do during this period, because now you have the time to structure everything very well and to make everything as clear for yourself. So self-educate yourself to the max this period. So once Chinese New Year is over, you can take over and you will crush it 100%. So let's go over to number 9, data sheet and cleanup. So centralized data sheets, product research sheet, performance tracking, profit and cash flow sheet, clean and accurate data, decision-driven metrics. It's very important to have in your business the right sheets, because if you don't have the right sheets, everything will be a mess. So what you really need to have is a product research sheet, so you can track all the products that you found and analyze why you want to test them. Daily performance tracking, also about your daily performance, like we discussed on the first rule, by your daily habits or the goals you have. Profit and cash flow sheet, so you know exactly what goes in the business and what goes out of the business. Clean and accurate data. So if you want to fill in your daily ROAS sheet of your Facebook Ads Manager, you exactly know, okay, on which campaigns you have X amount of profit, or which kind of ROAS you were doing on that specific campaign. And then you can make decisions on driven metrics, of course, because if you have that all in place, then you are just tracking everything in your business, what's really important, especially if you want to scale your business, of course. Like by the product research sheet, you always want to make sure if you find products, you know exactly why you want to test that specific product or collection. Daily performance tracking. If you write it down, all your goals and your daily habits, just check in with yourself every day. Okay, did I follow my daily habits today? What are your bad habits? Trying to change them in good habits. Profit and cash flow. If you are doing daily revenue with your e-commerce stores, you want to know, okay, how much revenue did you do? How much where your cost of goods are? How much ad spend did you have? And then what the transaction costs are and the refunds you did. Because if you don't have this clear in check, then you not knowing what you are doing, and you never know, okay, how much goes into the business and goes out of the business. And based on that data, you can start to scale your business, and you make sure your business is very well structured, because this will give you so much rest. And if you don't have any of these sheets, I have them for you. You get them for free. Just send me a DM on Instagram with sheets, and I will personally send them over to you. So I hope you guys found this very clear about the sheets and start to create a very good structure in your business based on everything you do. So guys, I will also show the sheets that I use, so you know exactly what to do and how you can use them. So this is a competitor sheet of me. Like here, if I found all the competitors in new markets, I place them always in my competitor sheet. So as you can see, all the stores I found in Germany, I will place all the stores here. Norway the same, Netherlands the same, and you can do that for every country. Then product research sheet. Always, if I do product research, I always put the country, the date, the name of the product, the link of the competitor, and the link of the ads. So all the ads they have, I save them. What I do the most of the times is the ads with the highest reach. I save them because then I can start make iterations on these kind of ads. And the most important thing, what I always put down is, why do you think this product is good? So why do you want to test the product? Write that down, because then you really understand why specific products are working. You really exactly know how to do research. So imagine if you find like 10 products, you can test 5 products, right? Because we test 5 products a day. Or if you found collections, you can test X amount of collections a day. So then imagine you find 5 products. Then you go over to the launch sheet. So you're going to put the name of the product in here. You're going to put your store link in here. Notes to the creatives. If you work with a creative designer, you can give some notes. What you then will do is you will fill in the selling price of your cost of goods. And then you know exactly what your break-even ROAS is. Once you imported the products into your store, you will put here the store link, the creative link, like for the media buyers, if they want to launch the ads, they can easily find here the creative links. So the creatives they need to push, your ad copies you fill in, headlines you want to use, campaigning, and ad account you use, the launch date, and the conclusion. You kill the ad or you scale the ad. You can use this if you start working with a team, as you can see, because then your team knows exactly how they need to execute everything. And this is what I mean with having clear and good data sheets, because if your team is structured and everything is in place, they know exactly what to do, right? So then you have the quotation sheet. That's a sheet that you use for your supplier. So here you will put the image in, product name, store link, picture, colors available, sizes available. These kind of things your supplier will fill it in, right? Then you will get the cost price, so you know exactly what the cost of goods is of that product, and they will fill in the size chart and the actual picture of how item look like, because this is also really important that you want to see of how an item look like. So this is the competitor and the product research sheet, and here we have the daily ROAS sheet. So here we fill in which kind of campaigns we are running, and that had sales. So we need to fill everything in here, and then you can see exactly your profit margin. Here we have the ROAS sheet to follow up the products that had a good ROAS. So we fill this in every day. So we see when we can scale or we need to downscale. And then the scaling sheet you will find here. So this one, once you start scaling, you need to fill this in as well. So as I said, guys, if you want these sheets, send me a DM on Instagram with sheets, and I will send them over to you. And I hope this was very clear of how my sheets are looking like and how you get a structure in your business. So now we go over to the last one, bookkeeping and financial health, one of the most important things in business. So clean bookkeeping system, weekly, monthly reviewing, expense categorization, profit visibility, cash flow control, and financial peace of mind. So now you have the time to clean up your booking system, right? You can bring everything in place. You can check where you can improve on yourself. Maybe you are like someone that only do the bookkeeping once in 3 months. Maybe you can create a system for yourself that you can do it weekly or monthly, because if you do it on a shorter time frame, like weekly or monthly, you will have less work, right? But sometimes we oversee it. But try to create a good habit that just do it, you know. Expense categorization and profit visibility. So you want to have like a very good and clean bookkeeping system, so you know exactly what goes in and what goes out. Because if you need to pay taxes, that you don't come to stand for any surprise, because if you don't know where the cash flow is, then you have serious problem, right? Because e-com can be cash flow intensive. So it's very important that you know exactly where the cash flow goes to, or how much cash flow do you have, because then you also know, okay, how much you can scale and how much stores you can open or how much you can do with e-com, right? So that's very important. And then if you have all those things in check and you know that everything is very well structured and you are aligned with everything you do, then you will have like a financial peace of mind as well, and you will live better, believe me. So yeah, I hope you guys found this a very useful video, what you can do during Chinese New Year. If you have any questions, just send me a DM on Instagram, and don't forget to ask for your sheets, of course, because I will send them over to you, so you have a very clear overview of how your business is structured. And I wish all you guys good luck, because after Chinese New Year, I'm 100% sure you will crush it with your business. And if you need any help or you want mentorship, just send me a DM on Instagram and we will reach out to you. See you by the next one. Ciao, ciao.